pushers like Nature's Prophet. Fuck.
Perhaps TNC with a victory would keep in the upper bracket top 4. Execration with more points would call themselves closer to the breaking point line. See, impact of this specific series is going to be in the end. Does it play a big role? Perhaps the final standings or just the game in upper bracket of others. The teams definitely don't think about that. You play one game of Dota at a time. Closer to smash your opponents with every opportunity that you get. Roll out from there. See. Impact of this going to walk into Palo. It's going to be in the end. Doesn't play a big role. Already kicks off the final standings or Celestial Hammer. Teams definitely don't think about that. You play one game of Dota at a time. Closer. Smash your opponents with every opportunity that you get. But this Dawnbreaker out from there. Going to go all the way back home. Has the time to regenerate quickly. Going to walk into Palo. It's going to be in the end. Doesn't play a big role. Execration standings. Secure themselves in the game. Secure don't think about that. Execration. Dota at a time. Get the last closer. Smash your opponents with every opportunity that you get. But this Dawnbreaker out from there. Gonna go all the way back home. Has the time to regenerate quickly. Gonna walk into the Palo. It's gonna be in the end. Doesn't play a big role. Execration standings. Secure themselves in the game. Secure get the last closer. Smash your opponents with every opportunity that you get. But this Dawnbreaker out from there. Gonna go all the way back home. Has the time to regenerate quickly. Gonna walk into the Palo. Secure themselves in the get the last every opportunity that you get. The last Dawnbreaker weeks there. Gonna go all the way back home. Has the time to regenerate. Situation. Gonna walk into the Palo. Marcy. Secure themselves the last Dawnbreaker weeks there. Gonna go all the way back home. Have the time to Marcy.
We go sidekick and they just pressure this Dawnbreaker really hard. We go sidekick and they just pressure this Dawnbreaker really hard. We go sidekick and they just pressure.
Top lane Chris facing off against the physical damage from the Furion. He's got 8 armor to kick things off. 33% physical damage reduction. Furion hits him for about 40 damage. 30 to 40 damage rolls. It doesn't really hurt the Naga too much.
Yeah, for sure. Last hits wise, it's also pretty even on every single lane.
I guess that's like kind of expected as well.
Yeah, I mean, the most interesting thing is what happens with levels on this bottom lane. I feel like this bottom lane can turn into a big role. As soon as perhaps the Ancient reaches level 3 and she can get the big creep, or maybe Marcy level 4, so he has the rebound point.
Maybe the rebound could be the tool that they need. Walk is also putting points in Celestial Hammer for good reason. Great for last hitting, great for moving around in the lane. While top lane, this lane is pushing very hard under the tower of Execration. Oh, Tino is gonna have a double wave for him to farm. Chris already at 20 last hits. Very healthy start. Now Bok is getting slowed up. Palos ready with the sidekick, already dealt early damage. And there we go. The cancel onto the Starbreaker. Bok is in big trouble. Abeng's gonna have to finish him off by himself.
Oh,
maybe get the damage. The impetus spear.
Have fun.
Kind of surprising there as well, because Abeng's just been right-clicking casually, so he's not even using the spear there.
He held the skill point for so long until the very end of the kill.
Turns out to be worth. That is first blood for Execration.
Oh, look at the water rune situation though. There's a Fisher from Carlo.
And there's a toss avalanche combo with the Fisher. Nice dodge from Bob. Sees him coming in the river, and that bottle will allow him to regenerate. And there's the trade off the tree is ready to be thrown in. Bob gets the chance to run away. He's also got the raindrops just picked off on the courier. And there's more raindrops on the tiny as well, so mitigating each other's. Meanwhile, bottom Bok under the tower. Palos and Abeng were trying to look for an opening. The missing tiny. Sorry, not the missing tiny, the missing shaker.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nothing outside of the ordinary happening, though. This is a very calm start. Bit of poking. No real kill potential here, neither for Execration, either on the top lane, trying to get the DP. But Nyx Assassin is going to get blocked a little bit. There's the Treants fighting illusions. Rez is going to be walking through, but that Riptide be handy. We're having some trouble dealing with these illusions.
Radiant structure.
Coming into mid. There's the Fisher stun on Bob. The toss avalanche combo. Yahweh's tree runs out, and Bob might just kill him here. But the raindrops is going to be there. Bob on the high ground dodges a right click. Waning Rift is available. He goes to the low ground, misses on the high ground. Abeng's going to be here, and there's the tip coming in. Still not dying. And now Abeng with the right click from the low ground finishes him off. Very close quarters battling. Davis goes for the suck onto Bob. He's got 6 stick charges though, so he's okay.
Yeah, I mean, both these mid laners, they're just playing on the edge every single time. They're both either 100 HP or dead.
Yeah.
No, it feels like there's no in between. They're just brawling it out. Surprisingly, the puck is coming out on top.
Healing power.
Say that. Abeng might just fall. Away.
Mavis also just got a haste rune, so he could follow the Sense all the way to his death. Abeng should fall.
Next time.
Mavis to clear it out. Grace will go for the web as well onto the Furion. Tino can start taking a nasty amount of damage, and Palos finishes Bok in a 1v1. They've been trading for quite some time, with Palos getting the upper hand against this Dawnbreaker, and now finally finishes it off too.
Yeah, it's just not fair. One hero has sidekick, the other hero has to just take it. I think now the problem for Bok is he can't really come back to this lane. Because if he does, then Marcy is level 6. He will just press ulti. It feels really challenging for Bok to play. He's probably gonna need to play under tower. Yeah, he's trying to get a pull right now. But this skill is pretty significant. If Bok was level 6 right now, they could even look at perhaps abusing the Fury on the top lane with some ensnare into Dawnbreaker ulti combos, but right now, it's just a sad little Dawnbreaker on level 5.
Not very happy with the way that this game has started. Marcy face boots into BKB. That's going to be the first item choice for Palos. Standard build. That's some of the other items that are being lined up next for the Blink. Puck for the Witchblade. Special happening here. Abeng wanting to go for a chainmail.
Gotcha.
Decent amount of physical damage to fight against, so might just be the right call for it. But does that mean we're going to see face boots Enchantress?
Medallion Enchantress.
Or just medallion? Yeah, that could also.
That's the build up.
True. Yeah. I was getting curious about the face boots for a second, but yeah, the medallion makes total sense. Good tool. Offensively and offensively. On the other side, tiny finishing power treads. Naga is lining up. There's at least a Manta. What is he building out of this? Is he going for orchids? They're fighting against Yahweh under the tower.
Yep.
Palos making a rotation with the Furion. So important kill going their way. Finds Bob's gonna chase the Enchantress, and this Enchantress should fall. Heal ain't necessarily gonna be enough, but the distance from the enchant is gonna be more than enough for him to just run away.
Yeah, that was Bob's first Solar Guardian, and he just gets cancelled by the Nyx Carapace.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He gets stunned up by Shanks. Bob's coming in, playing Rift there for the silence, and the orb is ready for the last hit. Yahweh gets the toss on the Furion. Furion does have a javelin ready. He's not going to extend as his spells are on cooldown. They want to deny this tower though, and Bob is looking for it too. Carlo squeezes in between for the deny, but that's a mid tower down under 9 minutes.
Yeah, it's good from execration. They're putting on the pressure on TNC right now. They don't want to let this Naga just have free space to farm, and look now even. Naga is just getting contested.
They're on the hunt, yeah. Bob has a coil in 2 seconds. Chris is very dead by the looks of it. He has nowhere to go. Coil's going to be there. He can't even pop it to break it, so the coil with the orb is going to be killing him. The Shaker standing on the edge. And on the other side, there's Mavis for the silence as they finish off one. Bob still pretty healthy looking right now. Orb to the other direction, and he's out. So they just got themselves 2 kills for execration, making it 7-1 and a 4K net worth lead. This money is ramping up very, very fast for execration.
Yeah, the brawl of the mid laners, it's really showing now how much it's favoring the Puck. The Puck who has a Nature's Prophet to play with, and both support. They're utilizing the map well, and all of this is basically possible because Palos can just stand here in a 1v1, and there is nothing Puck can do about it.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about their carry at all.
Yeah, they're really using the Smarty well, and look, top lane, Palos TP's in, but it does get scouted on the ward.
Palos is here though. Unleash is popped. But do you have the movement speed to catch Chris? Yes, he does. Phase Boots is too strong right now. Solar Guardian is going to be coming in as well. Fighting against Palos is 3 of TNC. And Palos may have gone a bit too far. Looking for the teleport away. Does get silenced by Mavis. And he will stay a little bit longer. But here is Bob. He's just playing absolutely out of his mind once again with the quick rotation on the haste rune to find the DP. Tino is trying to kite him away. Shanks is there as well. Bob for the kill. He sees Bok, but can he go for the coil? He does come out of the tree line from the orb. Bok is a bit too far away for him to catch. I love how Bob is playing.
Yeah, he's everywhere, and he's playing so aggressively.
Yeah, that's what he does best.
Yeah, everywhere TNC shows, he's just there.
Oh. Radiant's middle
Careful,
tower
the Bok coil coming out. That's 1400 HP you need to burst through. So making some pretty slow work here right now. He's down a half HP. Another orb is available, and I believe it all pays off because the perseverance from execration yet again leads into another kill. Bob is 304. Carlo with a stun. Dodges the fissure. The pump. Bob is going to get hit by the silence and the stun. And Yahweh coming in. The toss is there. And the waning rift to safety. The siphon. Tree dodge. Mavis with another and almost makes his way out. But Mavis gets this revenge kill. Now Crazen Bottom has to answer Tino's push with the treants. And Abeng can't do much to help him out. TPs are coming in. The Dawnbreaker's showing him as well as Tino gets slapped to the ground with the hammer.
Finally something going TNC's way. They get both Tino and Bob on the Puck, but Palos is not done yet.
He's not hitting at all. Cancels the Dawn Starbreaker, and Krez on no song leveled up has maxed out everything. Shanks with Abeng finishes off the tower. They force Kriz away, and now just 1200 gold short from the BKB for the Mars. That's going to be a very fast timing.
I mean, I love the pressure. Execration. They have the game plan figured out. It's all about pressure. They're just delaying everything. This Tiny's Blink is getting mega delayed. Even the Dawnbreaker's first item. It's gonna come so late. And
Davis is hiding here. What TNC up to? What are they thinking? Got the smoke. And some dust. Carlo. Abeng is farming ancients. Just casually. make some work here. They've got the Marcy in the web, but Carlos ain't really bothered by Chris too much. Does drop to 1 armor once that Riptide does connect. That is -8 armor. Sorry, that is actually -1 for the Marcy. I'll open that. Hunting block. Probably kill him. They have found themselves a puck. So that's a good catch here. Yahweh able to get the toss and the avalanche to follow up for a kill. Exorcism spent in TNC. Looks like they get to push for the first time this game.
Yeah, they'll look at the mid tower now.
Assassin spotted as well. That another kill. That's sweet.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Difficult job to defend this.
Yeah, it looks like they won't really be able to push the tower, but they'll get solid damage in. Exorcism, of course.
Exo cooldown for another 2 minutes. They've done what they could. While Bob finding another power rune for himself, this time it being the Arcane. Perfect for the puck to have. Their game plan is they want that Witchblade. Still a couple hundred gold short, so maybe another creep wave to finish it. Both mid players blocking the creep wave. They're setting up here. They've got some backup. Carlos here. Mavis is here. Yahweh will just quickly clear out the wave and back away. Meanwhile, a bigger kill is actually happening. They've killed the Naga.
Dude, that was the scariest thing I've ever seen. It was the Vendetta Nyx that had a rebounding Marcy on the Naga. That's some horror movie stuff. That's jumping on you. Like, what do you actually do?
Yeah, what can you do? That's a big kill. That does slow down the Manta timing by just a bit on the Naga.
Yeah.
Killing the enemy carry is a good thing. Dire scan doesn't spot any, but they have their sights on Tino. About to walk into a very unwarm walk-up.
Turns to gray.
Still getting to hold on to that lead, but win probability is exactly 50%. Both teams. Wonder when this Marcy starts to peak. Because there's no Bashers, no Crystallis.
Yeah, he just wants the raw damage. Maybe that's how Bank will get picked up in the top.
To my heart.
Yeah. I guess that's somewhat, I could say, a good death, because you're kind of dying when the lanes are pushing
Dire's
in.
middle tower is under attack.
I mean, what Palos...
Found the enemy.
Yeah, what Palos is doing here is really good. Like, just forcing a rotation, but also he's just been farming the triangle, like, relentlessly.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah.
And now they've just blocked it up. And
Visibility.
they're reducing the amount of farm TNC can have for sure. And if you look at the Tiny, he's really not in the
Dire's
position you want him to
bottom
be.
tower is under attack.
With Tiny, who's not snowballing, doesn't really scale that well into the game.
Yeah. And Palos will spot Yahweh in the lane. Can he do 2,000 damage? BKB for it. Considering his options, he wants to see more rotations on the map. They used the coil in mid even by
Dire's
Bob.
turret has been killed.
So that saves his courier, and he actually finds Mavis himself. So yeah, this one he can definitely take down. 3 sets of unleash bursts to kill the DP. But there's a big gank squad on its way, Chris. Walk. No, oh, Paolo. Now you are playing outside of your comfort zone. BKB is up, gets the damage out on his first unleash combo, teleporting away, but it's not gonna go through. Chris will take down Marcy. The Riptide too strong.
Dire's top tower
Yeah,
is under
got a bit
attack.
overzealous there. Still, if you look at Execration's map, they're using it completely to play the enemy's jungle. Every single camp is farm. Finally, the Naga will have some space in the bottom lane, but still behind this Carlos Marcy, who's not exactly the fastest farmer as well.
TP's into the top lane. They want to save Bok from trouble. He's already down a very low HP. Finally killed Carlo. There's Yahweh coming in as well. Got the full combo. Out will take down Shanks, but he's out of mana. Bob also does not have the coil, so they will let this Tiny take
Radiant's
control over this
bottom
tier 2
is
tower.
under attack.
Trading 1 for 1. Dawn for the Nyx. The Dawn is a very good pickoff, at least for Execration, because again, Bok dead means no BKB for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
50 gold short for a blink on Bob. Has had full control over this river. With all this
Radiant's
aggression that
bottom
they've been
tower is
doing,
under
holding on the
attack.
side of TNC, also means that every power rune is going to puck.
Thank you, my beauty.
Palos with the Crystal is finished. He also has picked himself up the Dagger of Bristol.
Radiant's bottom
So
tower
that's
is
a
under
lot of
attack.
damage he's gaining right now.
Yep.
He's going to be like plus 300 damage total with the sidekick active. That can crit, by the way.
Yeah, that can crit as well. Yeah,
Are
he's
scanning.
So if he gets on top of anyone, they are just dead. Even if it's the Naga Siren, I think.
I at least did see him land a 420
Radiant's
crit.
bottom tower is under attack.
Sidekicked. Shanks finds Chris. Pinging. Wants some backup. They're TPing in with Tino. Gets the Gleipnir. But it's going to be a Song teleport away. Hawk
Radiant's bottom tower
It's not
is
close
under attack.
enough with the illusory orb, so a bit late for the party. But TNC, seeing these moves, might just jump in top. Going for Abeng. Hawk going to be charging down, and Palos gets caught inside as well. He basically just jumped into the Starbreaker and gets hammered. Oh, Palos.
That's a really costly
Timing.
death.
It is a costly death, and the timing could not have been
Dyer's
worse.
bottom tower
Half a
is
second
under attack.
before or a half a second later, maybe could have done something with the BKB. Instead, just gets hit by the stun. Sad to say, it's not even a skill shot because he put it on himself. 13 to 12, but still a bit of a net worth lead for Execration. But Naga is holding the top of the net worth. Good progress towards the Scotty. Manta Scotty is the name of the game. We're going to be looking at something more. We've got the Stormbreaker coming into the river to save Yahweh. Bob has his coil ready. Stormbreaker just gets stunned up by the carapace of
Radiant's
Shanks.
bottom tower is under attack.
Blade is also on the Dawn, but Dawn is pretty durable lady. 9-second BKB also in the inventory. And they have started Roche.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Abeng is soloing Roche right now.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Alright, he's gonna get his buddies to back him up.
Finally Palos comes and there it goes.
Stallion, Whitestone. Nino also there to back up. And, some heavy right clicks. That means 21 minutes. The first Roche will fall. Execration, what can they do with this? TNC is also smoked up. What do you think they achieved to get with this smoke? Was it for the Roche shot? Because they did pop it before Roche died. And
I think they just need to pick up someone right now. They need to buy some more time. This Naga needs to finish at least 1 or 2 more items before they can find
combo coming out onto Abeng, and Palos actually jumps the other way, but he's gonna get the movement speed for the Enchantress to run away. Did you see what did you see what Abeng actually did with his enchanted units?
Yeah.
So when they were smoked here, they were literally on top of the bounty rune, and then this setter just smacks the bounty rune and denies it right in front of their faces.
Yeah. And the worst part is right now, if you were to look from Dyer's perspective, there's just nowhere for Yahweh to farm. Can't find a place to farm. Can't find a place to farm. It's really getting to a point where at some point this Tiny will just stop being a threat.
Yeah. Well, it is Abeng to tank all of these ganks by the looks of it. And still living with 108. But the next Crypt Swarm is going to be a bit too much, but the Siphon's already going to do the job.
Look at the triangle.
Shanks is on top of Chris, and here's Bob. Bob at well, and here comes the rest of the squad with Tino. Bob comes in with a stun. They've got the coil, still doesn't have the pop the song. The web's going to be there. Nadatius Prophet down. Chris will get to live. They just needed Palos to be there, but he was a bit too far away. Execration are going to miss out on this kill, and they have found Shanks.
Killing spree.
I'll teleport away right away, so he is going to fall to his death. Now Bob's going to be spotted. Yahweh, 2 seconds on the blink dagger. Bob is just gonna throw a baiting orb into the lane and stake inside the traps. But Marcy's almost got Basher, so I think that's the time to go for execration.
Yeah, ideally what execration want to do is split up teams, because execration is a team that can play more globally.
Radiant's middle tower
With
is under
the Nature's
attack.
Prophet, with the Nyx who already has a blink, and he's primarily going to be looking for triggers.
Palos will go for the fight against Chris and is actually beating this Naga Siren almost to death here. Because DNC, they finally get the stun out. The BKB duration runs out from Palos. Yahweh coming in with the toss as well. They're going to be taking down Shanks. The Aegis is gone. Mavis is here. Bach going to go for the charge. Looking for the Nature's Prophet. Palos has respawned. Trying to look for the jump back in with the dispose. Tino going to get hit by the Starbreaker. And into the avalanche of Yahweh as well. This Tiny will finish off the Nature's Prophet as Abeng and Palos are trying to give chase, but Yahweh also kills off Bob. Gets smacked down in the lane by the Tiny. They did kill the Naga, but that's a heavy price to pay. They lost the Aegis and 3 heroes on top of it. An Execration's net worth lead. It is diminishing every minute.
Yeah, and the Naga kill was
Radiant's middle
very,
tower
very
is
close. He
under
actually died to a Nature's Prophet ulti, like last bounce. He got flipped just barely by the Nature's Prophet with 300 HP to spare, but yeah, I mean, this is a massive problem now because suddenly this Tiny just picked up like around 7 kills in the last 3 to 4 minutes, and he's really rocking in Aghanims already.
Yep. They have been let into this game pretty well. If you look at all these on the graph, if you look at all these green dots, this is basically most of them just, you know, wards or hero kills. There's a lot of green going on for the first 16 minutes. Now we're seeing a lot of red ramping up. That means TNC are been getting these kills going in their way. So it is a change of pace. Shanks spots Bok and spots Carlo. Bok will get to the Marcy. Palos again just gonna challenge the Dawnbreaker. You wanna fight me? I'll fight you back. Chasing him into the tree line. Dawnbreaker out of there with the Solar Guardian. Carlo will fall. Shanks responded onto it. Now they got the power of the Basher. Tino gets the last hit on Yahweh. Bob will get the coil to pop on Mavis with the Ghost Scepter. Bob getting soaked by this Death Prophet, but Palos again with the bash. Tino brings up the triple kill, and that's going to be a tower looking to fall. The creep wave is coming in as well as this clip is about to run out. So a big success for Execration. After the past few 2, 3, maybe even 4 fights have not gone their way. A lot of pickoffs for TNC. And now Execration. This is the timing that they were looking for. Now that Palos getting a step closer towards Daedalus, this is going to be a very dangerous Marcy.
Yeah, and even Tino on the Nature's Prophet, he's getting close to the AC Gleipnir. He could be the Naga solution later on. Honestly, with the itemization he's going. I like that Execration, they're not wavered, but I think TNC, they're getting close to being able to just straight up run over Execration, and I think this Aghanims on Naga's turn is the key. Just lock down this Marcy in his BKB. Try and isolate him from the fight. I think that's probably the game plan there.
26 minutes in with this Naga, getting closer towards that Aghanims. Helping out a lot. Upgraded Ensnare is super scary, and that will also hold the Marcy in place when she's in BKB. But this new Reeling ability, I've actually seen this in action before. So there's some kind of 5-second channel up, which is pulling affected units to the Naga Ensnare. That's like a rooting black hole kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I haven't really seen much of its use, but the other component of the axe is mostly what I think the axe is purchased for. I mean, it could be interesting against the Marcy, I suppose.
Under attack.
Smoking up to find a kill. Execration. The smoke's gonna expire right under an ops ward, but they still get the catch onto the Tiny. Yahweh gonna get killed here, but the fissure is there from Carlo. Tino scouts him out immediately, but the blink comes out from Carlo just in time. to get some distance for himself to get away, but they did kill off the mid tiny. Bottom lane is pushing
Radiant's
in.
middle tower is under
Now
attack.
focusing on getting execration to run to the lanes where their creeps are already on their side of the map, like this tier 2 tower in mid already started to take a bit of damage from the creeps, but execration doesn't worry about that. They worry about kills. They worry about it being the aggressors. We'll find another one with the Unleash taking down Mavis. Shanks unable to cancel the TP of the Naga and doesn't see Bok TPing away. Now they found the Enchantress, so they're TPing away from a fight to find a kill on the other side of the map, which is always a good thing to do.
Your limits, or are you just warming up?
I like that TNC is still finding a lot of answers despite losing the last few minutes of control to execration. Anything that's caught your eye in the last few minutes, Second? Are we still on call? I actually cannot hear you right now. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Not sure how long we've had you muted for.
Not that,
but, not that long. All right, good. So we've still got you here. Bob? Bok's about to jump in the mid lane, but Bob able to run out with the illusory orb. So,
yeah.
So what's on your mind?
I mean, I really want this Naga to utilize the Saganims against Marcy right now. I haven't seen them take a team fight or like a smoke, take a 5-5, but I think with the Shaker playing Shard, this is the time to go. So, you have BK, you have Aghanims on Tiny also just recently finished. I think ideally for TNC, you need to make sure this Marcy just gets netted, focus by some illusions, and kill everybody else. You want to start with Nyx, you want to start with Puck. These are your key kills.
Yeah. Certainly are. Hey, Stroon, we're gonna go for the Tiny. 3 seconds for Roche to spawn. Bok's Halberd timing can be impeccable in terms of when does this Marcy have his BKB on and when not, to prevent those unleashes from flying out. And both teams are smoked up. Execration going on the other side. Tino's going to be spotted in the lane. Trying to scout over the ulti. It might bounce back. He's going to connect onto the Tiny. 2-man stun. 3 Execration heroes surrounding the Tiny right away. The Exorcism is going to be there, but the Solar Guardian from the Dawnbreaker not going to go through. Carlo also down, and they're going to catch Mavis as well. Make that the Naga maybe 2. They didn't even get to use that reel-in at all. Now they're chasing Chris into the tree line, and there we go with the stun from the next assassin. Might be able to save the TP, but everything else goes in the way of execration, and Roche is also up if they want to take it after that tier 2.
Is under attack.
Yeah, perfect fight for execration. I mean, I wasn't sure of the jump by Yahweh there, because it feels like you want to take a fight that's very split away. You don't really want to initiate into like the center of the heroes. You want your Naga to pull here and there. I think the fight was very rushed, felt like to me. And that makes it really hard because suddenly like the Shaker just feels like he needs to commit with Fissure. He needs to show his positioning. Dawnbreaker's obviously in the midst, and so is the DP, and they just all die. The Puck and the Marcy combined. Way too much damage right now.
But Marcy AoE from the Unleash is also hurting Mavis a little bit there on the sides as they finish off the racks in mid. That was a very, very quick push from Execration. And the damage has been dealt. DNC on the chase. Knowing that there's no BKBs, there's no Unleash. This could be a potential fight for them. Carlo looking for an angle. Oh, he could have actually just blink Echo Slam right away, but he goes for the Fissure instead. They pull back Tino. Tino's damage, he's still doing a crazy amount of hits. He's already got a double kill for himself, and Bok's gonna have to run away. He does land the stun right on top of Tino. He's not disengaging with the Solar Guardian. Now comes Bok. Round 2 engaged. Mavis coming in with the buyback as well. They're going to finish off the Dawnbreaker, and Naga once again surrounded by enemies. That snare is also on cooldown, but Chris just doesn't have the time to get the reel in. Doesn't even get the chance to use it, really.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes. It's only onto Bob. Running away, Shanks looking for the angle. He's got himself that vendetta. He goes for the blink stun, catches the Naga Siren. Naga just getting popped here as Yoe does throw in some trees to help him out, but Chris is gonna die anyway, and Mavis, who just fought back on the DP, that's gonna be another casualty of war.
Top tower is under attack.
On to the next lane of racks they go. Palos already starting his work on this tier 3 tower, and look at it fall.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Palos is just way too strong right now to fight at all. We didn't even get to see Naga utilize the Aghanim's one time still.
Not a single time, yeah. It's just
Like,
the BKB piercing and snare, that's all.
Has fallen.
But not even that much. Like, he BKB ensnared Marcy, but he was still able to right click him from the position of the net.
Yep.
Right now we're just lacking. We're not seeing TNC take the fight that they need to like execute, because it's not easy to execute the fight for them. But
Oh, not at all.
I think they still have it in them to win 2 fights.
Now, as they've already started Roshan, TNC's not going to make it in time. In no way they can fight this. They're just going to have to go back and take the triangle under control for the time being, but that's going to be lost as soon as Execration wants to start taking the push. And T is the one to take the Aegis for himself. Nard. Was it for the Furion? Yeah, he's got the Curse of the Old Growths. That's a pretty handy spell. If you're keeping right next to enemies and they're instantly hiding somewhere, you can show their locations in fog. Be a pretty handy spell. Bok is on the run. Clearing out the Naga illusions in the bottom lane. But this is a fully ready Execration. Everything is up.
Oh, and by the way, now the Marcy has Aghanim, so not only is his ulti only 40 seconds cooldown, but on top of that, he can actually dispel the net. It's netted. This one will be pretty rough now to deal with.
Does seem very difficult, especially with the Tiny. Even if he throws in all these trees, it just doesn't have anything to amplify them with. And Aegis Prophet is about to pop for the first time. Aegis is gonna go down. Palos will find the Tiny. And look at Tiny take a huge beating, getting tossed into the low ground. Bok flying into the air, tries to get a nimble move out, but it doesn't work out. Palos with his BKB will hammer the Dawnbreaker down to the ground, and the Tiny just fought back, only to instantly die again. Execration cleaning house. Echo Slam to take down Tino. There's a song on the back line. It will keep them held in place for a little bit longer. Naga to get away, but Palos continues to do work, and there's a 10-second cooldown left on Unleash, so Palos can just unleash hell once again. Bob on the back line with the coil onto the Naga Siren, managing to dodge the web, and they are on him right now, and another Unleash comes out from Palos. Chris is down. GG's call. Execration game number 1. It's in the bag.
Damn, what an explosive game from Execration. They just fought it on, honestly. Since minute like 5 in this game, they have just relentlessly been extremely aggressive, and I think TNC didn't quite get to connect their spells, and
My keyboard is not working.
Come and be judged fair. Ravaged.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dead to rights.